Hello there, my name is Murphy. I am a fitness coach. Using that knowledge, I help to answer Reddit questions which are tailored towards fitness. If you, the viewer, have fitness related questions, leave them in the comments below and I will get to them in the next Reddit video. We shall begin with the first Reddit question. First question by Theo Mazing. How do I track sets/reps for single arm leg workouts? For example, if I want to do 2 sets of 15 split squats, does one set mean times 7 on each side or times 15 on each side? Or is one set simply times 15 on one side, then switch sides with the next set? Now, these can be relatively confusing when it comes to doing unilateral training, so single limb training. So if you're doing overhead presses only with one arm and the program says 2 sets of 15, you can get it confused thinking you should split that 15 in half, which he did. I made it 7 somehow. But that simply means do 15 reps on one side, change hands, do 15 reps. Oh, don't want to mess the mic up. Do 15 reps on the other arm. That is as simple as that. Now, depending on how intense it is on each individual side, you can rest maybe 10 to 20 second rests in between each arm. You swap. But the whole premise is you do your 15 reps, go to the next arm straight away, do your 15, then you rest for that set, and then going into the second set, you do the same thing, which is 15 reps again on each side. Can be confusing for new people, but it is simply as 2 plus 2. I don't even think that's even a saying. Let's hop on to the next question. This question is by Ancient Injury 1892. Very unique names. Hey everyone, I just recently started a program to lose weight. I incorporated weightlifting. I'm 30 years old, male, and started around 243 pounds. A month in and I'm down 8 pounds. Congrats! I've weighed my meals and controlling portions/macros to support this plan. My goal is to get down to 200, but also gain strength. As an amateur/beginner to weightlifting, I'm currently struggling to find a routine that works due to me playing 90 minutes of soccer 2 nights a week. So he puts brackets, Wednesdays and Sundays, close bracket. Would anyone here have any recommendations on a good workout split or tweaking things to see better progress? Right, I'm currently doing Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday soccer, Thursday legs, Friday upper body, Saturday active rest like walking, and he says stretching, Sunday soccer, also known as football. Any advice is greatly appreciated. I love playing sports and it's my weekly social activity, but I also want to make sure I reach my weight loss goal and get stronger so that I can incorporate the gym into my everyday life. Now, incorporating sports, things that you leisurely like to participate in, into achieving fitness goals side by side can be relatively challenging because you have to start to realize which one, or start to figure out which one you want to prioritize. In his case, he loves playing sports, yet he also wants to see improvements in the gym. Now, I'm just going off from what he has provided in terms of his activity level. To me, it is already a little too much. He only has one active rest day, and it is active, which is fine. You could do walks as long as your body is built, has built that tolerance over time for things like that. That's fine. You can recover just fine. However, he wants to see weight loss. You don't necessarily need to weight lift to see weight loss. As long as you go in a calorie deficit, you will see the weight loss. Now, the composition, however, is going to be something that will be very unique to each case, depending on how you go about it with the calories out and what you do in terms of activity levels during this process. I personally will take away an additional weight training session you have. So maybe take away that Tuesday, the pull session, or just combine the Monday with the Tuesday in one day, just so you have another day where you rest. Otherwise, you could just find yourself digging yourself into a hole of overuse and you could become injury prone due to how much activity you're doing. You would also want to make sure your weight training are relatively structured and you're not doing high interval training in your weight lifting sessions. And like I said, if you want weight loss in general, you don't really even need to lift weights as long as you're in a calorie deficit and your activity levels are relatively moderate to high, you will lose weight. Now, if you want to see strength gains as well, which is what he mentioned, then you do need to have a good, well-structured weightlifting, which isn't too much alongside your sport. And alongside the weight loss, you should see some moderate strength gains, especially if you're someone who is somewhat of a beginner. When it comes to these things, beginners tend to have crazy boost in strength when they start something new. Hopping on to the next question. This is by That Hoots This Legion. How realistic are these goals to be achieved in 6 to 7 years? I'm a beginner. My current weights are very low, so I wouldn't post them. Fair play. 200 kilograms deadlifts, 150 kilogram squat, 100 kilogram bench press, 80 kilogram overhead press, 30 strict rep pull-ups, run 10 kilometers in 1.5 hours. When it comes to a lot of different industries, when it comes to helping people achieve certain goals, so it could be therapy, personal training, most of the time you don't really want to sell people a definitive answer because there's too many factors that come into play in life that just won't guarantee people actually achieving certain things. You can relatively give them a rough sketch of how things should play out if they follow the steps, but for the most part, you can't really guarantee a lot of things. Now, I'll keep it real with you. 6 to 7 years, you should be able to achieve all of these things. But that depends on how consistent you are, which specific things you prioritize. So if you prioritize run, you should easily be able to do that. I'll be honest, 1.5 hours, 10K, that should be easy for anyone to achieve within even 3 months. 200 kilogram deadlift, now that one's relatively hard. It just depends how big you are, because then that becomes tough. Plus the 150 kilogram squat and the 100 kilogram bench press is a powerlifting type lifts that you will be doing. And from that, you will probably gain quite a bit of mass on your hand. At least you would need to if you're going to achieve some of these things. By all means, this is different. I'm just saying on a basic standard, you would need to. But then in doing so, it'll be hard for you to hit 30 strict rep pull-ups. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's very tough. I don't even know how much I can do in pull-ups. I'm sure I could do that much. No, I think I could probably do 23 strict reps. But I weigh a lot. And I can say I can hit all these things. I just think it's tough. I think one of these things would have to give. But it is possible, just depends how dedicated you're going to be towards achieving all of these things. Well, on to the last and final question by Colada MD. Deadlifting 225 plus. Now and towards the end of set, my grip starts to give out. Should I try avoiding using straps as long as possible or just use them anyway? I'm not too sure if 225 is in pounds or kilograms. In pounds, that's basically 105 kilograms, I think. I can fact check this right now. No, 102 kilograms converted. I'd assume it's that because if it's 225 kilograms, that's a heck of a lot. I wish this person made it very specific. But for the most part, if your goal is deadlifting, as you improve, your strength, your grip strength should improve alongside that as well, depending on how quick you get strong. But because your goal is to improve your deadlift, I don't see why not. You can't use straps. Just try your best not to be too reliant on it. Maybe on the first few sets, let's say you're doing 5 sets of these deadlifts, maybe on the first 2 sets you just go without it. But try to learn to build a tolerance of doing it raw instead of with added gear. But the gear adds elements of safety towards the heavy lift, so it is fine. Just don't become too reliant on them. And that's all, folks. Thank you for watching my Reddit fitness video. If you have questions, like I mentioned earlier in this video, leave them in the comments below and I will try to get them answered in the next questions video. But nonetheless, thank you for watching and I shall see you guys when I see you guys. Peace. I'm doing some thumbnails. Okay, I always feel so stupid doing these type of things.